Rain hammered against the old biker bar's metal roof, turning the parking lot into a shimmering maze of puddles. Inside, the air smelled of leather, engine oil, and grilled burgers. Loud laughter echoed as the bikers finished their meals, their heavy boots propped against wooden stools. It was the last place anyone expected a child to appear, but at 8:43 p.m. everything changed. The bar doors flew open with a loud slam, letting in a blast of cold air and rainwater. Every biker froze. Conversations died mid-sentence. Glasses stopped clinking. Standing in the doorway, drenched from head to toe, was a tiny girl no older than 7. Her hair stuck to her cheeks, her shoes squelched with every step, and clutched tightly against her chest was a small pink backpack, decorated with faded unicorn stickers. Her eyes, wide, terrified, and shimmering with tears, searched the room. "Please," she stammered, "help me." For a second, no one moved. Biker bars didn't get visitors like this. But then the biggest man in the room, Ridge, a mountain of muscle covered in tattoos, slowly stood from his chair. His chair groaned under his weight as he approached her, kneeling so he wouldn't tower over the tiny child. "What's wrong, kid?" he asked gently, voice soft despite his intimidating size. The girl gulped, shaking violently. They're coming," she whispered. "He said he'll find me. I ran as fast as I could." Ridge's jaw tightened. "Who's coming?" The girl hugged the pink backpack tighter as if her life depended on it. I can't say. He said bad things will happen if I tell." Thunder rumbled outside, rattling the windows. Behind Ridge, a few bikers exchanged uneasy glances. They had seen fear before, but not like this. Not on a child's face. "Are you hurt?" Ridge asked. She shook her head quickly, but her hands trembled so hard the backpack strap slipped from her fingers. Ridge reached out to help her, and when he touched the bag, he felt something inside. Heavy, metal, and completely out of place for a child. The girl reacted instantly, jerking it back. "No, don't open it," she cried. Everyone in the bar stiffened. Ridge raised his hands calmly. "Okay, sweetheart, we won't, but you need to tell us what's going on." She looked up at him, lips quivering, lightning flashing behind her through the doorway. "I didn't know where else to go," she whispered. And what's inside my backpack? He wants it back." The entire bar went silent. Ridge slowly guided the little girl toward a booth in the corner where the lights were softer and the noise quieter. The bikers respectfully cleared the area, creating a protective circle around her without saying a word. Even the bartender muted the music. The sudden silence in the bar felt heavy, like the air itself was waiting for answers. The girl slid into the booth, still gripping her pink backpack as if it contained her entire world. Ridge sat across from her, his voice gentle but steady. "What's your name, sweetheart?" She sniffed. "Lila." "That's a pretty name," he said with a small smile. "All right, Lila, tell us who's after you." Her tiny fingers curled tighter around the backpack straps. "He's a bad man," she whispered. "Mom said to run if he ever came back, and he did." Ridge's stomach dropped. "Where's your mom now?" Lila shook her head, her lower lip trembling. I don't know. When I woke up, the door was broken and she was gone." A murmur rippled through the bar. Anger, concern, disbelief. Bikers weren't saints, but every one of them had a line they didn't tolerate being crossed. "Did you see the man?" Ridge asked carefully. Lila nodded once. "He had a black coat and a scar on his face. He told me I had something that belonged to him." Ridge glanced at the pink backpack. "And what's in there?" Lila looked down at it, breathing fast. "I didn't mean to take it," she said quickly, panicking. "But Mom said keep it safe. She said people would hurt us if they got it." "What is it, Lila?" Ridge persisted softly. "A phone? Money? Something your mom hid?" Lila hesitated. Then, very slowly, she unzipped the top just enough for Ridge to peek inside. He froze. Inside the bag was a small metal case, sleek, black, and locked with a digital code. It looked nothing like something a child should be carrying. Ridge immediately recognized it. It was the kind of encrypted microsafe used to transport classified documents, expensive diamonds, or illegal evidence worth millions. "What the hell?" he whispered. Lila yanked the zipper closed again, hugging the bag. "Please don't make me give it to him," she pleaded. "Mom said it's the only way to save her." Ridge leaned back, stunned. This wasn't just about a frightened little girl anymore. This was a war waiting to happen, and it had just walked into his bar. Ridge stood up slowly, the weight of the situation settling heavily on his shoulders. He wasn't just dealing with a scared kid now. This was something deeper, darker, and far more dangerous. Any man who'd abduct a mother and hunt a child for a locked case wasn't just trouble. He was a threat. Ridge turned toward the rest of the bikers. "Lock the doors," he said quietly. They didn't ask questions. Heavy boots stomped toward the entrance, deadbolts clicked, metal rods slid into place. The bikers formed a silent fortress around the bar. Lila watched them with wide, fearful eyes. Ridge knelt again beside her. "Lila, we'll keep you safe, I promise." Her fingers loosened slightly on the pink backpack, but only slightly. "Will he come here?" she whispered. Ridge hesitated. He might. As if the universe were waiting for him to say those words, headlights swept across the bar windows. Not normal headlights. Slow, deliberate, creeping across the glass like a predator's gaze. Every biker froze. The rumble of an engine stopped outside. Tank, the largest biker besides Ridge, stepped forward and peeked through the blinds. His jaw tightened. "He's here." Lila whimpered softly and scooted deeper into the booth, hugging her backpack so tightly her knuckles went white. Ridge motioned for her to stay low. "It's all right, he's not getting close to you, not a damn chance." A heavy knock thundered through the bar. Not a casual knock. A command. "Open up!" A deep voice growled from outside. "I know the girl is in there." The bikers exchanged glances. Some cracked their knuckles, others rolled their shoulders. Ridge walked to the door but didn't open it. He stood just behind it, voice firm and ice cold. "You're not welcome here." A pause, then a low chuckle. "You don't understand what she's carrying," the man said. "Give me the case and I'll walk away. Refuse, and things get messy." Ridge smirked, though the man couldn't see it. "We like messy." A shadow shifted outside the window. The man in the black coat leaned closer, his face pale under the streetlight, a long scar running across his cheek. "This is your last warning." Inside, the bikers lined up like soldiers. Ridge looked at them, then at Lila, trembling behind the booth. "No one touches that kid," he growled. The bikers nodded as one. Outside, the man's hand moved toward his coat. Inside, Ridge clenched his fists, ready for war. And somewhere in the middle of all that tension, Lila whispered the words that changed everything. "He's not alone."